So last week we put it to you guys to send in your stories and experiences of the weirdest and strangest people you've heard or met. So thank you to everyone that sent them in. We've actually read through all of them and picked out the best ones to go over today on Dob in a Rare Unit. But before we get into those ones, I believe Sen has one for us today, mate. So take it away.
Yeah, I've got my own one that I saw out in the wild. Something we used to do on this segment where we used to provide our own content. Kush, I've got a question for you. Do you know what WizFizz is?
WizFizz?
Yeah.
No, enlighten me.
Well, it's a thing that like 8-year-olds eat, where it's basically like it's like it comes in a little packet.
Oh, yeah, the sugary thing, right? Yeah.
When was the last time you saw one of those? Have you ever tried it actually?
Yeah, no, I have. I think primary school was like when it was a craze, like kindergarten. It used to be like the cocaine of kindergarten. Like
yeah, exactly right.
Actually, that's a funny story. I had people in primary.
Cocaine of kindergarten can't lead into a story, right? That's not possible.
Or was it right?
No. When you said cocaine of kindergarten, like primary school, there was kids at my school doing lines of WizFizz.
As in through the mouth or nose?
Through the nose.
Oh, so they were actually snorting. Dude, how do kids know that at that age?
Yeah, I don't know.
They see mum and dad do it.
See Uncle Frankie.
Back to my story. So obviously we haven't seen WizFizz since, Kevin Rudd was Prime Minister. Well, me and Migs and Ro went out to golf the other night, and we were hitting a bit of golf balls, and out of nowhere, one of the boys pulls out WizFizz from his pocket, just generates it out of nowhere. And not even WizFizz, it's like the Aldi brand version of WizFizz. The rest of us are standing there. He just calmly pulls it out of his, just like a Houdini trick, just out of his hoodie. Just opens it up and starts shoveling it into his mouth. Just no context, just willy-nilly, and just all of us stared at him. So, Ro, how do you want to defend yourself on this?
I'm just gonna say
that was rare behavior.
Some athletes take, pre-game snacks and whatnot to boost up their glycogen levels, their sugar hits. I use WizFizz as my item of choice.
Wait, so was it actual WizFizz or was it like a discount? Like
Yeah,
It was a discount home brand.
It just makes it rarer.
I think it's called Fizzy Sherbet or something.
I will say though, WizFizz may be an underrated snack. I haven't had it for a long time. This is the first time I had it for a while. It was in my pocket, pulled it out, just decided to, scoop it in, get that
It's not
lovely
a snack, Ro. It's
tangy
not a
taste.
snack.
There's no nutritional value whatsoever.
It's just literally white wings cast of sugar. You're shoveling that down your mouth. That's all it is.
Do you have a packet still?
I actually finished the last one for my dessert after lunch today.
This is not rare, Ro. You're like a unique breed of humanity right now. That's what you are.
Work around. I can't defend it. All I'm going to say is definitely not the rarest story we have in store for you guys today.
All right, we'll get into the first one then that got sent in from Adam through our Instagram. And it goes, while camping with my family, I woke up my buddy as he had the bathroom key, and I went to the bathroom. He followed me into the restroom, even though there was only one toilet. He then whipped out his wang. His type of song. I didn't fucking proofread this, all right? He whipped out his you-know-what from last week and started pissing into the shower. He then used a bar of soap to wash his hands with the shower. It was a strange experience. I should have proofread this.
Why did you
before I
pause that
read
he
it.
whipped out his? What else could
Because
it
he
have
said he
been?
whipped out his song. I'm like, hold
What
on.
else was there?
Did
Kneecaps?
he start singing?
It's his, yeah.
I think he meant schlong.
Or
which
dong.
is,
I was thinking dong.
No, dong. He whipped out his dong then, fellas.
I got a question about this rare unit, just to pose to the group. In your own showers, do you have bars of soap or do you have bottles of soap?
Bottles.
I have both.
Both, yeah.
Both. Must
Yeah.
be nice.
This isn't a must be nice, dude.
I'm always, I think I've transitioned from the bar of soap back into the bottles, but I will always have a special place in my heart for the bar of soap. I'm a big fan of washing my hands in the shower. I don't know about just coming out in the campsite and just pissing in the shower. That's an interesting take.
Yeah.
Was there only one cubicle or something? Because then I think that's fair enough then. If it was all being
there
occupied, then you
there was
go,
only one toilet.
oh, well then fair. I would go piss on a tree, to be honest. I wouldn't
You
piss
wouldn't
in the
wait for
shower.
the guy to finish and then just
Yeah,
do it at
surely
the
you hold
designated
it in.
spot, son.
If you gotta go, you gotta go. But yeah, definitely wouldn't go. That shower wouldn't be, it wouldn't go cubicle shower. It would go cubicle tree, then shower for me.
Have you heard of waffle stomping?
Oh my god. You want to explain what it is, bro?
Anyone ever tried it?
No.
No.
So it's when you take a dump in the shower and then stamp the feces down the drain. And then I assume like the imprint of the drain makes it look like a waffle.
Oh.
So how was it, bro?
No, never done it, but I do want to kind of find someone. And if you have waffle stomp before, I do want to know what it feels like potentially.
No
or-
shame.
Yeah,
you
the
know.
mentality
Try
behind
everything once.
the stomp.
But I don't get it though. Like, if you're already in the shower, that means there surely is a toilet next to you. Why can't you just go dump in the toilet and then go have a shower?
I'm
You
always a
wet
big
then.
fan. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the dump shower.
Sorry?
You say you haven't done it.
Yeah, like going to the bathroom. Like for example, my morning routine is I'll wake up, take my 8 a.m. dump, and then I'll head into the shower afterwards to, clean up. We're all looking good. Walk out there fresh and clean.
Do
Bowels
you
empty.
wipe or do you just transition straight into the water?
No, I do wipe, but the water gets rid of, it's 100% now. Do you know what I mean?
The courtesy wipe. I want one of those Japanese toilets where it's got like the jet inside and it just wipes your
Yeah.
asshole while you
Bidet?
sit. Nah, but that's like manual. They're like the Japanese ones. They have like a nozzle within the
It's like the fountain of youth, but for your ass.
And the thing is, like, it gets your asshole every time. I think there's like an infrared sensor, or like a camera in the toilet itself, and like it's like aimbot.
Adjusts.
It's like a thermal scope essentially from like Call of Duty, and it just like
Then you can't
finds
do then. Oh my god.
and it finds your asshole 100% of the time. It's amazing.
Oh my god.
Wow. That's a guarantee I want.
All right, we'll move on to our second one, our last one for today, actually. And it goes. It's from Jack. He emailed us, fellas. I don't know how he found our email, but
Is this our first ever email?
Yeah,
Long
I think
one.
it is.
Long one.
How did he actually find our email?
I don't know where our email is, fellas.
Okay. Fair play to him.
All right, and he goes, evening, morning, or good afternoon, whatever time it is in Australia. Rohit, don't hold up your whiz fizz to the camera.
Fizzy sherbet. This is the
We
one.
don't need to see your fizzy sherbet, you rare unit.
Sorry, go on.
All right, we'll go on to Jack's story. And he started off with, I'd like to take the chance to submit myself for a rare unit so I can hopefully use the TikTok, YouTube, or podcast fame to gain sponsorship from Budweiser or plug my LinkedIn for a grad scheme in mechanical engineering, which he says in no relation to the story, he just needs a job. And at the bottom of the email, he has his LinkedIn link.
All right. In these unprecedented times, jobs are scarce. You got to do what you got to do. Fair play.
So anyone there with a grad scheme in mechanical engineering, let us know. We'll send Jack your way. Anyway, on to his story, fellas. And he goes, on a misty Easter's evening in the northeast of England, I arrived at a pre-drinks for a standard night out, but arriving late, I was subject to a forfeit or two, and I had to down a pint. Normally not that bad. Bish bash bosh, jobs are couldn't. Oh, mate. What wasn't told to me, or what was forgotten, was people had been playing beer pong earlier with bottle caps, so the sharp metal ones that you have on the beer bottles. And the beer handed to me to down had one unseen in the bottom of the glass. My party trick is that I can open my gullet and down a drink relatively fast, and in the process of this, I swallowed the cap whole. After much debate as to whether this was safe or not, and will just pass naturally without causing significant pain, a vote decided that going to the hospital was needed. So upon him entering the hospital and explaining to the nurse that that being a 23-year-old student, without being drunk, swallowed a bottle cap, many laughs from the staff, and he ended up with an X-ray that looks straight out of a medical disasters textbook. So boys, he sent the photo. We'll ask if we can share it to our listeners. We'll hit up Jack. We'll see if we can send that out. So anyways, the long story short, surgery was needed to get it out, and I'm forever known as Bottle Cap Boy, and the overbearing disappointment of my parents has never been higher. So he adds at the end, after his story, what I would love is Budweiser to send me a replacement beer, as in the panic, I did not get to fully enjoy the beverage. So if we could help him out and get him a beverage he'll enjoy, he much appreciates it. And if they send him a replacement beer, he will get a tattoo of the cap on the right place of my chest to represent their brand. Cheers, Jack. A lot to unpack here, fellas.
Wow.
Where are we going to start?
What a story, first of all. Thank you, Jack.
Yeah, big thanks to Jack. I just want to say, other listeners, Jack has raised the bar. He sent in a picture of his X-ray. That is That is
We've got his
commitment.
X-ray, his LinkedIn, an email.
I feel like to top off this whole story would have been like just Jack saying, "In the end, I also waffle stomped out the bottle cap." Just made it a perfect ending.
The X-ray looks like you've got the spinal cord and the bottle cap literally sitting on like, you know, C3, C4 of the spine. Unreal.
What?
You got to explain what you just said, bro.
No, like, have you not seen it? Like, the spine has like sections of the anatomy, and it's like C1 to C4, and then like etc. goes down.
Did you just assume we know the inner workings of the spine anatomy?
I don't know. I just thought, you know, that might be relevant. It doesn't matter. Look, all right,
Anyway,
whatever.
leaving that there.
I'm obviously speaking to the wrong crowd. My anatomy friends would know that. But anyways, moving on. I think Jack, my dear friend, like, first of all, how fast is I want to know how fast he can scull the beer, because, like, for it to be a party trick, I'm thinking he's got to scull, you know, a can or a pint or something like that in under like 3 seconds. Otherwise, you're just a bloke who just drinks his drink quickly.
I think what's happened is, so you said they were playing beer pong, so they're probably like one of those red cups. And so they just gave him a drink in that, and there was a bottle cap in that. And so he just full straight downed it, and he swallowed the cap with it. Did he say he thought he could shit it out?
Dude,
Yeah.
Jack, come on, mate.
He says pass naturally without causing significant pain.
You're not that thick, Jack. Come on.
you reckon he couldn't do it?
No, you
I think
can't.
it hurt.
Yeah. Because the thing is, like, doesn't it break down all the food you eat and then it comes down to shit? You can't break down a fucking metallic bottle cap.
No, it'll
And aren't
yeah.
like the edges low-key sharp as well? Cut them inside.
Exactly.
Yeah, true. Going down like those, again, some more anatomy, going down the intestines and whatnot. Might rip a couple of those. I think Jack, like, what I can see though, couple of different things. I had a look at the Budweiser sponsorship that he's after, and Budweiser are legitimately sponsoring people. So
Oh, they actually are?
they actually are. So, you know, Jack honestly might have a good chance of becoming that. The person getting the sponsorship.
Are we actually going to reach out to Budweiser for Jack? Are we going to be the bridge between... Surely we have to get something out of this as well.
Boys, we barely have sponsorships.
No,
Why are we
no,
getting
no,
Jack a
but-
sponsorship?
No, it's fair enough. But I think I'm glad that he's with a good group of people. That because obviously they went to a vote of whether he goes to hospital, and in hospital he actually told the truth, which is surprising because a lot of those stories end up with, oh, I slipped on the bottle cap and fell and all that sort of stuff, you know.
Honesty is the best policy, as they say.
Surely this story's a good one to tell like in a job interview, Jack. I know you're struggling to find a job, but this would be a great story. Like, tell us the time you faced a challenge or some shit.
Alright, Jack, I've actually just brought in your LinkedIn. Speaking of jobs, mate, first of all, I think the profile picture to get a new job has to go. It just looks like you've cropped
Maybe-
out your Facebook DP.
This looks like a Tinder picture, bro. You're
It really does. And moving down a bit, you know, I like the little, you've got a bio there, which is nice, but yeah, again, maybe before looking for a full-time job, look for an internship potentially. Sen, what do you reckon?
I think the bio as well, it's got to change. It's a bit too bland. Like, we've seen your writing, Jack. You're a decent writer. I think you can do better with this bio. And yeah, I agree as well. Maybe look for an internship, an unpaid one, even. Just any kind of experience to get a foot in the door.
Yeah, the number one thing on your resume or your LinkedIn shouldn't be you're a student at the university that you study at. Do you know what I mean? Like, congrats, bro. You study.
That gives you, if you have a degree, that gives you an advantage over a whopping 10% of the workforce. Nice, mate.
But I think, yeah, you know what? If you implement those, Jack, I reckon you'll be in good stead for the job that is to come.